quickly. Does to Lambeer. Stolen by Bird and the cut to DJ. Yeah! Pulls up three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer. Pushing his course again. A split screen. Posing on the bench. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, Coach Lee, back up in this bad boy, man. Happy hump day to everybody out there hanging out with your boys tonight. Got the STWF crew up in the house. Basketball season is right around the corner, but you know what? We started everything else this week, so we might as well bring back the Nothing But Basketball show. And we're definitely doing that tonight. Man, we got a great show for everybody. So hopefully you're tapped in with us. Make sure you comment, hang out with your boys, give us some feedback. Let's talk about it. So first, right off the bat, we got to get the crew up in this bad boy. I believe he's here, but we're going to call him out like we do. Stall him out, Debo. Let's get the man, Chili Will, up in this bad boy. Maybe we don't. Then we're going to roll right over to the side then. Get my guy, the man with the plan. He's back with a guest appearance, doing what he does best. He's showing his crabby jersey, though. Let's get my man, Jiggity Jake, up in this bad boy.
What's up, everybody? Jiggity Jake's back on the basketball show with the Phoenix Suns, the Valley jersey, the best jersey out there. How we doing, Coach?
Doing good, man. I can't complain, man. Basketball season is right around the corner. I know gridiron time, but basketball never gets old, man.
No, never. I'm jonesing for some college basketball already. I've been watching a whole bunch of Xavier's preseason stuff that they're doing, all the new recruits they got in. Actually kind of stunned with some of the number choices this year already. It's a basketball show, baby.
Absolutely. And man, he actually, you know what? Okay, I think he ready now. Let's go and get that time out. Let's get him up in here. Get him in here, Coach. What's up, Chili Will?
How we doing, folks?
Chilling like a mad villain, bro.
Yeah, man, you know what time it is, man. The basketball show, season 4, episode 1. Whole starting lineup about to be here. We thought we had a late arrival, but he here. He here. He ready to come on right now. So I bring to you the man, Tuquo Meta. Wow.
Bro, we here, baby. One of the best defensive players in the game. As Meta World Peace, and as myself, Tuquo Watt, I promise you that. One of the best defenders in the bean ever to come out the bean. What's going on, fellas? I didn't think I would be on at this moment in time. Actually, I thought I would be here earlier. And then actually, I thought I wasn't going to be here tonight. Because I'm going through some crap right now that really needs to be addressed. But I have to get my meditation in with the family, man, and get done with basketball. It's season 4. I got to have perfect attendance. You know I strive for perfect attendance. Jake's here. It's Christmas, man. Shout out to you for here tonight.
And at the very least, you couldn't miss game 1, and you didn't know it, but you couldn't miss game 1 and have Jake make game 1. That'd be bad.
Hey, me being here, this is Tuquan, season 4, episode 1, surprise.
Yeah, hell yeah. You didn't want to,
man. A lot of surprises this week, man. Celebrate.
If Took didn't show up and Jake did, man, he would have got Wally picked, man.
Hey,
he would have got Wally picked.
I honestly wish that Will and Took were both here for that intro. Ask Coach. That was the greatest intro I've ever done. You had the shirt drop and see my ugly face.
Oh, you did? I missed it. Oh well, we good.
I watched the shirt.
I watched that
holding Game 7 jersey.
Ooh, okay. I can dig it.
Day, man. See that Suns jersey looking good, man. I actually I like the Suns jersey, the new one. The only problem with it is if they would have had one of those jerseys with the Phoenix name there, like the old school. Mm-hmm. And I seen the Kings one today. I think the Kings should change back to their old logo as well.
The seal, the King seal. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. You're right.
All right, so
well, you know what? You must have been hanging out in the back or something, man, on the Number Basketball show, because our first damn topic of the night is new unis, baby. We're doing a thing.
New unis, we popping out here.
We back up in this bad boy, man. So
Jermaine Dupri,
that you said that, man. So boom, first ones. My man, you know what? I gotta get him up here.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, cut himself
Where'd
out.
he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Where you go? Where you go? What we drinking tonight? We drinking on some Hemrock.
What room he in? That's a battle rap joke. People don't. I'll put y'all on later.
Yeah, you know, so these new Suns jerseys, obviously, as many people know by now, the Suns are my favorite team. Loved them since I was a kid. I blame Steve Nash. Way to go. Thanks for making me go through years of sadness. But here we are. We got a good team this year. I'm looking forward to it. And they're bringing out some new unis with it. At first, I wasn't a big fan of them because I've always kind of, like in the Valley jersey, you guys see it's right here. I always liked the numbers being off to the side. I always thought that was cool. These numbers are front and center. It's cool, whatever. I can get over that. These are Barkley-esque era.
Yeah.
But I think what sells them for me, though, are the pants. I love the shorts. I think the shorts, the design they did with them, very good. If you guys like the Barkley era Suns, that this looks very much like it. Right now, as far as I can tell, if anyone cares, the only available jersey is a Booker or Durant. If they had a Beal jersey, I was ready to purchase and buy. But what's your guys' opinions on the Suns' new jersey?
I need a black one. I think they're fire, but I want an all black one. I think.
Oh no, there's gonna be a black one. You know.
Yeah, they gotta be. They gotta be, right?
That Valley one that Jake got on right now, no disrespect to, is a fire one, but the black one that they make in this one is gonna be the best one yet.
I think so. Yeah.
And the Phoenix used to rock those back in the day. A couple games they did, and honestly, like I said before, spot on the jerseys. I love them. Yeah. I like them. You know that obviously they're proving that they want to appraise and up level the 90s Suns, you know. So hey, it's gonna be an interesting season. It's their time to possibly do it. We'll see what happens.
I like these jerseys a lot. I think like I said, I need a black one, but I think I think it's a good year to break them out too. They got a great team. It's gonna be fun to watch them do their thing in these jerseys. I know one thing though, a little foreshadowing, ain't gonna be too fun. Keep letting Cooper Flag bust your ass.
Oh yeah, we heard about that the other day. Cooper Flag. On a quick note of that, big camp going on. Jason Tatum's camp, I believe.
No, it's a topic. We gonna get there. It's a topic.
Oh, it's a topic.
It's a topic. It's foreshadowing.
Two foreshadowing on point tonight.
What happens is extra things get added in, and I don't think I checked my messages for that.
No.
We got you.
We got you. That's why. Yeah, that's why.
Oh, okay.
That's why I slid in like Kramer on you. Just helping you out, bro.
Not Kramer. So
I be saying that line, forgetting that he had a whole racist ass moment, but you know.
Oh, that's your boy, though, ain't it?
Stop it.
That's his man.
What about you, Kirk? What you think of these?
I like them, man. I actually like them. I like the purple one. The white one kind of has like, that old school feel, but I definitely like the purple one though.
The white one made me just think of like Rex Chapman gunning threes.
Right.
Now,
and KJ coming down the lane.
Yeah. Took mentioned about he wished there was a little Phoenix flare on it. On the pants, does it say Phoenix down there on the
pants?
It
does on the pants.
Especially the shorts, a little flare like that. They kind of reversed it from the 90s, because if you realize the 90s, it was Suns on the emblem on the shorts.
Suns on those.
So I mean, they got me. They got me a little bit more. Now, I still want Phoenix on the jersey.
Now I know we're talking about new unis here, but the thing that makes me the most aggravated, and I'm with Will about, hopefully we get a black version style of that, is that this was my favorite jersey in the last 5 years, being honest with you.
I like it.
And they replaced them with the last year ones that had the PHX across. I hated those jerseys. I think they're ugly, dumb. I get the point of, putting the initials up there, but you replaced these, and they had a cool little sound that went across the arena whenever they scored with this jersey specifically. I'll miss these. These are obviously being put away on the shelf for a little bit. Hopefully they can make a comeback in the next couple of years. But these new uniforms they picked out for a nice upcoming season, new faces all around, I'm pretty happy with them. I ain't mad at all.
Fair enough. So somebody else came out with some new jerseys, right?
Yes, sir.
I think Toe was hitting on to it. Who would you have?
Sacramento Kings, I believe, got some new fresh jerseys. I didn't even know that. I've seen it a few moments ago. These are the new ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are the new version ones. Okay, so going back 60s, 70s a bit, you know what I'm saying? Without the red, white, and blue, but I can respect that.
These were the ones that were getting hated on for losing the purple, right? The trademark purple. There's still purple in there, but they got rid of a lot of the purple.
Yeah, I got rid of a lot of the purple. Yeah, definitely did. I mean, purple would have looked real fascinating, real nice, in today's era. Just that flash of purple, like right there. I just don't like the wording.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that.
I don't like. I don't like the wording. I don't know why. The emblem on the side definitely got to be old school Sacramento King. They definitely got to go out with an old school. This year's season, they need to bring back the old school Sacramento King jersey, even if it's just for a game or two. You can have these if you want, but yeah, I need to see old school C Webb. Mike Bibby. Peja Stojakovic, Bobby Jackson.
Yeah, I like those. I like the Kentucky inspiration. It shows that they keying into their players. Because they got a few Kentucky heads there. So I like them. But like I said, like the Kings jerseys, one thing I don't like when teams do halves to the sides, like one half this side, one half. I don't really like that. Like make it match, man, and keep
make it symmetric.
You like a solid all around. You don't
just solid all around. You could do any kind of like if you want to do some crazy stuff on the side, do that, have fun. But like this whole half jersey hat, like nah.
Like I was telling the fellas before we hopped online, there's something about a black jersey I just absolutely love, and that black Kings jersey is just it looks so nice, so clean. That's probably my favorite one out of the three that we've shown. And like Will said, I even though I am not a Kentucky fan by any means, I like that they're paying a little homage to the players that they have on the squad right now, and you got the checkered marks on the sides of the pants. It looks pretty neat. They it's showing something new instead of washing, repeating some jerseys from the past. You're adding a little new flares to them and stuff. So I'm with that. By the way, I got to point out a comment. No, don't ever bring Steve Nash as a coach to my team.
You want no parts of that?
Don't act. I'm not even gonna act like I didn't see that.
Nobody does. But I'm so in light of all the jersey talk, I'm gonna show something right here. So these jerseys, which are the Milwaukee Bucks Cream Cities, have been banned. But the reason I bring it up is because of how dumb the reason is. So the reason is that the color of this cream right here is too close to the color of the parquet or the wood on the basketball courts. And when they project the images for advertisements on them, it'll go right through the player onto the player. So that's why they ban these. That's just how much we are into the advert.
Marketing drives everything, huh?
Yeah, but see, the thing, Jake, is like, what is the easiest thing to change? Do we change the floor color? Do we change the advertisements, or do we just not fucking bring these jerseys out?
I mean, that's so creative. They'll come out with a new scheme, and it'll be all forgotten. I mean, obviously, you can go buy them still in the stores. I'm thinking, but overall, in terms of now, that's the reason. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously,
I get it.
You need the pitches. The pitches get money still.
Yeah,
still
right.
need to take nice quality pitches. You know what I'm saying?
Are they available for fans?
Nowadays. Exactly. So
I think they'll probably sell them out and then they'll stop making them. I think they'll sell out their inventory.
Nah, I don't think so. I think they'll continue to use them. I mean, if you can make money off them,
you could. It's true. It's true.
I'll keep them.
It's true. But the thing is, here's the other thing though. You could sell a bunch of them, or you could keep the amount of them low and sell them for more because they're more exclusive. So it depends on how they want to do it. Because people will buy them, of course, but people are gonna stop buying them if the players aren't there. So, but either way, you could probably still get them. So go get them. But yeah, I think that might lead into another topic because the reason they had to ban those is because of advertisements, and the advertisers make more the extra money, and the extra money get guys like Jaylen Brown paid.
Definitely gets him paid. Definitely gets a lot of people paid. This summer has been interesting summer of extensions, new contract deals. In that existence, you've seen guys like Sabonis cash in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a guy from Jaylen Brown's class. Brandon Ingram cashed in, I believe, last summer. Pascal Siakam cashed in last summer, I believe.
Did he? I think he's on his last year.
Oh, the last year. He might be cashing in this year, or potentially.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere else, though.
Murray,
Apparently, he's not going to stay.
Deontay Murray cashed in.
Yep, Deontay Murray got a bag. Yep.
Malcolm Brogdon last season. I mean, the season before he got to Boston, he got a bag. So those are the certain guys. Jamal Murray's looking to ink some good cash this year. So it leads up to the class of Jaylen Brown. First, I wanted to say that. And I want to say congrats to him on the $304 million deal because of not – people will say, oh, the basketball is the reason why I don't feel like he should get that. But if you look around what the NBA brings you now and gives you, he does all the things well. Yeah. From just being a good basketball player, making the All-NBA team, which are in contracts. You know, if you make the All-NBA team, you know, you get a certain quarter. You know, so shout out to him on that. The fact that he's a genius on and off the court is definitely fact, and it's definitely good for a contract now in the NBA. You know, where, you know, they following a lot of things in the world now, you know, as well as a lot of people, a lot of athletes in the world, just not the game. It's other things. Yeah, hell of a chess player, which doesn't matter about the NBA contract, but overall, I want people to realize and know that he didn't just get this contract based off his basketball ability. Everything has to work around for you to be able to achieve and proceed to get that contract on paper.
Yeah, he met the requirements. Like, he got the All-NBA nod, and he's played well. He had a few bad games in the playoffs, but there's a lot of players who have bad games in the playoffs and still end up getting a bag. I think, but like Tuke's talking about, his off the court is a big part of the actual.
There's a lot for the community.
Yeah, he's always in the inner city of Boston doing his thing. He's really talking about trying to bring back Black Wall Street from Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's trying to rebuild it in Boston, which, considering the let's say checkered history of our Boston city, that would be quite the feat. It takes a lot to do. I'm not sure he'll get it done, but the fact that he wants to try is commendable, and I hope he gathers the people who want to help him do it and surround himself with those people. And I hope that he stays around long enough to do it, because my true belief on the contract was they had to pay him because he earned it in many ways. They had to pay him that money, but also they had to pay him because they couldn't just let him walk. And so I don't even think he plays the whole contract out in Boston unless we win really soon. But if we do win really soon, then I look forward to seeing what he ends up doing for this city.
So let me ask you this. So two things. So one, I know they said some of his playoff lack of performance may have been because he had that pressure of that contract on him. Now that it's done, do you think he can relax now and get back the ball?
Sometimes I feel, look, I look at it this way. If the pressure of trying to get a bag that you've already pretty much 90%, like 95% earned already, like he was already going to get a crazy bag no matter what he did in the playoffs. If that idea hanging over your head is what made you play bad, then you're not him. So I hope that's not what it was. But if it was, then yes, I hope getting what he got now will make him play better. But I don't think the pressure's going to lower. Now you're playing for that to back that up.
Live up to that big contract.
Yeah, right. You got to live up to it.
And absolutely. And not even the pressure of the individual. It's the pressure of the team as well, which mixes into this because Boston's been in this party and this mix-up party for the last few years. They just haven't had the best drink in the party at the end of the day. And now what you're stating is you want to keep one of two of the top guys. Tatum's up for a contract next year. We're already looking at projected numbers. And Jaylen Brown's getting it. Jason's going to get it too. But what Boston's basically stating is that you can pit plays around these guys and you can at least get almost to the top. You want to get to the top eventually, in the league. But, hey, if you feel like you can get pieces every year to build around these two and to win, hey, that's what you do for your star players. You go get guys to build around them. You know what I'm saying? You sacrifice whatever you have to. The bankroll is going to be a lot next year. So
yeah, Jason Tatum's about to get an even bigger bag, and the other the other half of the city that liked the Jaylen Brown contract, they're going to be complaining about the Tatum contract. This city forever divided. It's funny how that works.
See, my kind of stance on it is kind of like I'm looking at it from like how the Blue Jays did it with Vlad and Bichette. You got cornerstones of your franchise.
Yep.
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are cornerstones of that franchise. And whether he earned or deserved it, those two guys have been together for the longest on the team, other than Marcus Smart, but he's now gone. You need to keep those two together because those are your anchors of your team. Yeah. And Jaylen Brown, from where he started when he first got to Boston to the progression that he's made to the player that he is today, like Toots said, with all the accolades he's got now with the defensive capabilities in the first team NBAs, you needed to pay him or else someone else was going to pay him, and you know that he was. So I think it was good to lock him down. Will might be right. He might not stay the entire contract. It might end up trading him. But if he keeps doing what he's doing with, trending upwards and learns to go left, Jaylen Brown can continue to be dangerous.
That was all my favorite jokes under the story were like, yeah, he got to carry that bag with his right hand. I was just like, yeah, I get it. I get it. But also what I look forward to really this season coming up is I want to see Jaylen. We know he can defend, but now that Smart's gone, I want to see him step up and always defend the other team's best player. We don't need as much from him offensively now because we made the switch from Smart to Porzingis. Now, if healthy, Porzingis will be able to score plenty. We've seen him be able to do that. So let him score, and Jaylen, you get on the defensive course and really, really show us like how good of a defender you can be. What you laughing about over there?
That's pretty optimistic, man.
The health part? Yeah.
Something that Jaylen Brown's definitely not doing is playing second fiddle to Porzingis. I think he's going to want his averages to go up. Maybe he could settle down offensively. Don't have to do that much crazy stuff, but I mean, $304 million.
Yeah, I don't even think the numbers have to change. I just think of a lot of times when and towards the end of games when Tatum's getting doubled and his back up. Right, situationally, I think now because that was kind of his problem. The handle would mess up and he's pressing because he's the only guy who can score now because they double in Tatum. Well, now when they double in Tatum, you're not the only guy who can score. You guys can still move the ball. And like I said, if I'm looking for more from you defensively, then maybe a shot or two less or a little less pressure defensively.
Man.
He got put in kind of a crazy position too. I feel Jaylen Brown because the first guy, the guy in Boston is not coming to play. So
he got hurt. Yeah,
you're supposed to be the guy that come and step up, and then you're not showing up, but you're getting more flack than the guy that's actually supposed to be showing up.
Yeah, well, the guy who actually he gets doubled and tripled more than like he gets played.
But in the series that
matters, and then he got hurt
in the fourth quarter. Do nothing, and I don't care if you double or tripled in the fourth. That's when you come up.
Understood.
What do you really think KP is going to bring him?
I think KP on this team. So I think the last time he was in this type of situation, I believe, was kind of Dallas when he was with y'all, where he had another guy there that could really do a lot better. You gonna stall me? You gonna stall me out like that? He said me. He walked me into it too. It's cool. But I think he's a more mature player now after what happened with the Wizards. Yeah, and I think he'll know. Like, look, it's clear here. I am guy number 3 at best. At best,
yes. A lot of pressure off him.
No question. Yeah, no question. So all you need to do is defend a little better than you normally have. Just protect the rim, and then hit that open jumper, which there's gonna be a lot of them playing next to Brown and Tatum.
I'll be real.
He's your high paid player this year.
That makes sense because they redid his structurally when he got there. So, and it's only a 2-year deal, so they had to load it up.
Yeah,
I also think that Jaylen Brown can definitely use Porzingis to his advantage because when Jason Tatum's getting doubled, and they know that when the drive comes, or even with the pick and roll, because Porzingis is a good, rollout guy. Hit the screen, pass it down to him, let him take the easy bunny, or if you go ahead for the drive, do exactly what Jokic does. Let him coast out to the 3 and let Porzingis hit a 3. He can really get his assists up just by using Porzingis a little more.
You're going to see a lot of corner threes from Porzingis this year. A lot of the threes that Al Horford has just been front rimming for like 2 years now.
to be honest, it's a major upgrade. I mean, Porzingis can hit that shot every time too.
Yeah. It's gonna be pressure on them to do it though in Boston.
So always pressure in Boston. They never get it.
Always.
That's true.
They'll never get the rest.
Speaking of pressure, we got this trade that's on, then it's off, and it's on, and it's off again. The league had to come out and tell them to be quiet about it. But what are the Heat going to do as far as their trade offer for Dame time? Is he going to Miami? Or is he going to stay in Portland?
Okay, so here's my thing about this. It would have happened already if anybody else in the league was clamoring to get Dame, but no one is. From what I'm reading everywhere, no other offers really, or at least serious offers, are being made to Portland from any other team except from the Heat. Now, the reason being is, like, first of all, they know you got to move him. Once he asks for the trade, they know, like, the pressure's on y'all. Y'all got to move him. They also know we don't got to give you back a point guard or nothing like that because y'all just drafted a guy. So all we really got to do is match contracts and give you some picks, and that's all people are doing. If anyone else was putting pressure right now on the Heat to also make this trade, they would have already signed off on moving Hero in the deal because Hero is who they want. But they're not going to move Hero if there's no competition in this deal, and that's why they're at a standstill right now.
I don't think Portland wants to add Nurkic to the deal either. And if they would get Hero if they added Nurkic to the deal, but I don't think they want to give him up.
That's rough. What up, Nate?
They just holding a standstill. This is kind of like the eventually,
what's up, Nate?
He wants to go to the team he wants. I feel like he'll be traded, and I feel like this will probably go in the direction where, like you said, Will, another suitor's gonna have to come in.
Yep.
And the next suitor can go get him, and this is the way the NBA wants it. The NBA don't want to go, and try to veto a trade that happens because then the NBA is going to be the bad guys. They also just letting you know on Jump Street that we're going to veto it, so don't do it. But
why did they going to veto?
I mean, why they ain't trying to allow it to happen?
It's not the league is not allowing it to happen. It's Portland not moving.
It's Portland being stingy. And you know who I think would be the one? You know who I think the team to step in and possibly sweep this trade is?
No. The NBA came out and made a statement in regards to the trade.
What they said? Because I didn't see.
They said basically this is not going on. Basically, Miami. We know Miami's trying to get him for a Bisquick and a Nesquik, but it ain't happening. And that's what happens. The NBA right now. They got Victor Wembanyama as a draft pick. Of course, you got school and you got a little business with Dame. Obviously, you got to have some business in there and some headbutting. But they don't want to make this now. They want to wait for this to climb down summer, get everybody acquainted, and then this news is going to hit soon. But ultimately, they do want, like you said, Will, they want somebody else to be in the sweepstakes to make it even more. They feel like maybe the NBA feels like Damian deserves this. I don't know. Me personally, send him to Miami. Let's see what Miami can do. Miami deserves it in the case of they still trying to compete for titles year in and year out, even when people don't give them a chance, even when they go in the playoffs as a play-in. Miami, this is what Miami should be doing, trying to evolve their team. And I don't know what the standstill is at all. I don't think it's Portland because Portland would never made the move for Scoot. They would never made the move. I just feel like this is all drama and cover sheets and soon enough, it'll all be uncovered.
I think that was an insurance policy / we're going to try a Dame CJ McCollum pair up again. Just without CJ, we're going to use a Scoot as the other pair up.
All right, so quick read on what we talk about here. There may be a little bit of misunderstanding. So Damian Lillard requested a trade away from the Portland Trailblazers, and he's made it clear through his representation that he's only being interested in traded to the Miami Heat. This stance and some of the recent reporting around it has prompted NBA to send out a memo to all 30 teams. The memo made clear any further comments from Lillard and his agent, Aaron Goodwin, could result in discipline from the league. It also stated that similar behavior from the players in the future could also result in discipline. Here's what the memo in full said. Recent media reports stated that Damian Lillard's agent, Aaron Goodwin, called multiple teams to warn them against trading from Damian Lillard because Lillard's only desired trade destination is Miami. Goodwin also made public comments indicating that Lillard would not only fully perform the services called for under the player contract if traded for by any other team. There's more, but what happened was, no, the league is not stopping this trade. The league is saying, Lillard, you're not allowed to tell teams that you're not going to go there. You're going to play wherever you get traded. If Miami makes the deal for you, that's fine. But you can't tell team not to trade for you, that there's no market for you outside of Miami. That's what the league said. The league's not trying to stop this trade.
No. I feel okay, but then I feel like the league's not trying to be the bad guys. At the end of the day, nobody wants him. Nobody wants Damian. So why? I just
here's the thing.
Now is it that, or is it teams are getting turned off by the fact that he don't?
That might be why. That might be why no other team is making a deal, because through his agent, he said, I'm not going to play anywhere else. So if him and his agent are telling all these other teams, don't trade for me, well, then why would they make a deal? You know what I mean? So that's kind of where they're at right now. That's why the league said what they said.
So if anything, the league's trying to untie Portland.
No. Okay.
Unload somewhere else if you feel.
We're going this way. So out of all these NBA, because a lot of players do get to end up where they want to, but
right.
For the guys, but so Damian, as always, as we all project, he puts himself on the level with the LeBrons, the KDs, and all that through this trade tremble. And honestly, I feel like if that's the case, then nah, man, you got to get traded to whoever you need to get traded to. You had opportunities to go to Miami.
Right.
You had years to go to Miami, and you wanted to stick in Portland. Who knows why? You got inked last year, then all of a sudden now you want to leave. That's the last couple of dollars you want. But this is why the NBA is trying to stop certain shit that's going on. Because of shit that continues to happen, especially from guys that would swear that they want to be loyal, and then not loyal. And I'm not saying you're supposed to be loyal then. You was loyal
I get it.
enough. You was loyal long enough, but when you're doing the same shit that they're doing, you get your revenge is sweet, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, are you any different from the organization?
Right. I think
think
the league is just trying to stop Dame from controlling the whole situation.
That's my thing. I think that's the reason why they put out that release is because they want to try to untie Portland's hands so they feel free to unload somewhere else. And I'll tell you, a team who's got exactly what Portland would want is the Brooklyn Nets, because I know from the Suns they got a ton of first-round picks to unload. They could easily send them over to Brooklyn and get 3 first-round picks for them and possibly get a Cam Johnson from him who just got paid. They'd get rid of that contract, pick up Dame's contract, and get 3 firsts out of it, and then that's a done deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But speaking of that, I hate when people say they have nothing, because you have something, and if you don't, I'll give it to you. We got Zion Williamson coming in the studio. He may not be in Mariah Mills, but we got Zion coming in the studio in a minute. He's a fellow New Orleans Pelican, and he's gonna come inside. And Zion's lost a lot of weight, guys. So when you see him, just be happy that he's here in our presence, man. We'll bring Zion on in a moment. He's having technical difficulties right now. He's going to speak a little bit about the
he difficulty. He moonwalked his way up out of there.
Maybe Zion. Zion's agent said tonight. Unfortunately, STWF, you are dynamite. But right now, Zion's looking to be in better places. But hey, he'll be with you sometime where he's not on the Pelicans no more and his contract probably voided. That's cool with us. That's cool, Zion. But one day you're going to need a Zion. You don't want to come on tonight. It's all good.
Hey, by the way, Chris Vick, I'm not ignoring your comment. I personally just don't know that much about the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young.
Atlanta Hawks.
What was the question?
They are going into oblivion.
It was a while ago. He had commented and said, where we go? How does Jake feel about the Atlanta Hawks? Hey, they got Trae Young. That's cool.
He just want to know if you're a fan because he loves them so much that he wants to recruit. No, nobody wants your damn Hawks.
No,
you really don't want
happy with this. I'm very happy.
I want some lemon pepper. That's what I want.
It do sound
real.
Yeah.
Real talk. But other than that, Atlanta can stay in Atlanta, bro. You can stay.
Thanks for the question, though. I appreciate it.
Y'all can trade us Trae, but that's about all we want from you.
I do like the jerseys, though. Those jerseys are kind of nice.
Yeah, but they keep changing them. I kind of like the old blue and red and blue ones a little bit.
The classics, the ones that Al Horford wore when he was there, right?
What version too?
The Hawk version, the 90, between 90,
2001, the Hawk across the thing. Yeah.
The red one and the black one. Mookie Blaylock, Steve Smith, the Kim Mutombo man, rocking those just
or an updated version of the Doc Rivers one. The Doc Rivers time, those were fire too. Yeah.
Hell
with
yeah,
the
my
human
jersey
highlight
topic
film.
got brought back up. Let's go.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We've had jerseys on our sports shows all week, man. So it's good, man.
It's been a jersey. Yeah, we started.
It was
a way to try to start the season.
It was that topic was a total accident just because I asked Coach and Will if they had seen the Suns' new jerseys, and they were like, "Well, we got a great idea."
You know what started the ill jersey trend, right? A sport that people really probably won't pay attention to, but we pay attention to it now in modern day, Jake, and that's wrestling.
Oh hell yeah!
Enough said. The fashion started there. It actually like wrestling for what they wore. Like you see Shawn Michaels come out, the different pants.
In Will's face.
Razor Ramon, Uzi Machismo.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Everything. Like the style now hit football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
Yep.
It's hitting the fashion. You got to think
I'm
wrestling.
not gonna dignify that with a response.
I'll agree with everything Pooh says about professional wrestling.
Red Hot all pink. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the type of stuff we live for. You know what I'm saying?
Will, your face said it, man.
But yeah, man, every basketball show, man.
What is that? Chris, I got a serious question. What's up with you thinking that former players
can't be.
translate to good coaches? That's my thing. You brought nice brood song. You brought up Steve Nash being a coach. He obviously failed. Jason Kidd, he didn't do all that great. Why would Larry Bird come back being a coach be any kind of a good idea?
Well,
I'm
sorry, because he was an actual good coach when he was there.
He was an actual good coach, and Indiana might be a little better this year because he's back in office in some capacity.
Yeah, but he getting old. He don't want to coach no more. But I like Larry as a coach. When he was at the Pacers,
Speaking of coach,
somebody
is available right now.
We've been crushing with the segues today
because he got let go recently.
Yeah,
so Mark Jackson out.
Coach was excited.
He's out at ESPN. Do you think he goes to TNT? Does he go to college? Where's his next stop?
Hopefully college.
His next stop probably looks like college. Like I feel like the college game would love him a lot more right now for the campus atmosphere and all that. You know, the Big East, you know what I'm saying, back on the come up. I feel like that would be a good job for him. And the reason why I say that type of capacity rather than he can't even have a college job. Be real with you. If anybody wants to take Mark Jackson for a college job, go ahead. The reason why I won't say NBA is not because I don't want it to happen. We all know through the grapevines why Mark Jackson hasn't had an NBA job in a while. And it sucks, but it's the reality of the NBA. It's the reality of the world now. So I don't think he would ever get a job in the NBA surface, rather than be assistant coach or whatever. You know, he could be one of those guys that still communicates with a team, you know, like an Isaiah Thomas, for instance. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah in Phoenix. You know, they said Isaiah was the reason why Bradley Beal ended up a Sun. You know what I'm saying? So many things can happen for him in the NBA life, still in the culture and all that. But in all, for the next big bag of bread, the college game would suit him perfectly. Everything he says, what he said, yeah, he'll get cake.
Wasn't he a St. John's guy?
He's a St. John's guy too. You had Chris. I think Chris Mellon was. I don't know if he's there anymore, but he was there. He coached St. John's. I don't know if he's there anymore. Probably not. But yeah, Mark would be fabulous in a college game anywhere. And it's sad that ESPN got rid of him and Jeff Van Gundy. They got rid of him a few weeks ago. That tandem is gone, and it's sad because there's a lot of epic commentary for them. You know, there was times where they would have the shittiest game of the night, and they're still performing, still, you know, making people famous.
Now we got to deal with Doris Burke and Doc Rivers, which is basically Philadelphia radio.
Mike Breen, Doc Rivers, and Doris Burke.
Breen, I rock with Mike Breen, but
isn't Van Gundy interested in coming back to head coach as well? I thought I heard.
I mean, he can be a guy that's definitely on an assistant. He's definitely a guy that will get hired on the surface of the NBA because, you know what I'm saying, besides him jumping in the Knicks melee with the Heat, you know, guy has a clean record. You know what I'm saying?
Dallas did reach out to him.
Dallas
really
fascinating.
That'd be nice
to be on the bench with Jay Kidd.
I know we're on the topic of Mark Jackson and the other commentators, but I'm just happen to wonder because I thought I heard he got a job recently, and I'm forgetting what it was. Where did SVP go?
Scott Van Pelt.
Scott Van Pelt went to. Shit, I did hear this. He is going to be broadcasting. No, or did he get his own show? You know what?
He had his own show, and he got put on something else.
I'll find that out. Keep going.
Nah, yeah, keep going with the information because that shit.
I did hear this, and I like that.
Because he's one of my he's easily one of my top 5 favorite like TV personalities when it comes to sportscasting.
Yeah.
So.
Now I know there was some rumors saying that he might be.
Oh, he's on Monday Night Countdown. He's
okay, yeah, that's.
I like that. I like that.
I love it.
I like that too because he always gives you deep insight at the end of the games, anyhow. So you might as well have him in and out. It gives him the extra bread. He deserves that extra bread. You know, one of the people that ESPN ain't firing. So if you ain't firing him and he's fired, you might as well give him some more fire.
I'm just sad though, because like, what do we do now after games on a late night? Like, who's gonna run that show now? Like, that show, I love when Van Pelt.
I hope it's still him.
You think he can? I mean, I guess he can still pull it off. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be. I'll say after all this, after he's done with all this, I think his career is pretty much gonna be a wrap. Not in a bad state, but you know, he's gonna end the trail doing this, man. You know, we are the reason why he got this gig. We reacted so much for what he talked about and what he discussed and what he did. You know, from blasting Joe Buck mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like nobody. I've never seen Joe Buck mad at anybody, besides Troy, but that's somebody you work with every day. But
by the way, this isn't the worst idea I've heard. This is actually kind of fascinating. Mark Jackson should coach the overtime elite or some other squad like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. He could be in some capacity like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Overall.
I like that.
But then they probably Ice Cube him because that's an NBA affiliate, kind of in a sense.
Yeah,
and we're gonna talk about it probably tonight. But Ice Cube on his parade talking about, you know, the NBA's blackballing them. You know, every time they go up to businesses, they ask, "Are you cool with the NBA?" And then their deals get shut down. So a lot of up on that, you know what I'm saying? But on the basketball team, shout out to hopefully Mark Jackson gets something good and quick. You know, of course, ESPN let the likes of Jalen Rose go as well. We'll see.
Yeah, they let a lot of people go.
You know, Jalen's probably gonna end up in the soup. Jay-Z's probably gonna hook him up with a Puma podcast. You know, so he'll be all right. Yeah, man.
Was his podcast already under the? Was it? Yeah, it was under the ESPN umbrella. So he's gone. Yeah, so he's gone. Well, look,
that's why a lot of people start doing what they want to do, because at some point you know something shaky, you know something's gonna go down.
Yeah, but
always have something in your back pocket, I guess they said.
I think he made enough fans to be able to go wherever he wants to go. But yeah, man, all I gotta say is this is great. Already, we're doing great with this NBA talk. We're gonna keep it going, but right now we're gonna head off to commercial break. Y'all don't go nowhere, man. Stay right here. You know where your bread's buttered. We got the NBA talk for you. We got the basketball talk for you. So stay right here, stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
What's up? It's your boy True Story. What's going on, man? Look here, I gotta do this promo video right here for my boy Coach Lee, my boy Uncle Leroy over at STWF Studios. Let me tell you, I did an interview with these guys a couple days ago, and it was top notch, excellent. I mean, unbelievable. Very informative questions, very thought-provoking questions. My boy Rocket, you know who you are, Coach Lee. You did an excellent job, man. I was so humble. Thank you so much for the opportunity. The questions were so thought-provoking. I wanted to give you a whole lot of me, like I told you, and everything went well. I mean, it's top notch. These guys are excellent lighting, excellent sound, excellent digital quality. I loved it. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And if anybody know that these guys have called you and they've contacted you, you better want to believe you've been contacted by excellence. These guys operate in nothing but the spirit of excellence. And thank you so much again for the opportunity, man. You guys did an unbelievable job, and I'm gonna spread the word as much as I possibly can. You guys take care. It's been your boy True Story. God bless.
Shout out to True Story, man.
Oh, okay, then, dog. My man out here looking like the brother love of 2020.
Right. I was thinking the same shit.
Hey, I like that commercial break a lot. They were definitely giving Unc and Coach the flowers they deserve.
Absolutely, man. Right. And be sure to, if you in the Dallas area, hit up STWF Studios, man. Go get yourself some podcast space, man. Do an interview if you all that.
While you're at it and you're checking out the page, you add a like,
all that,
subscribe.
Hey, you ain't got to be in Dallas for that though.
You gotta check us out on the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter,
Spotify.
Exactly. All the Spotify's and iTunes. This is where we're at. You got Took, you got Chili Will, and you got Coach, and you got the villain back every week.
to be honest, man, it's easier to name the list of places that we aren't at now. We everywhere. We everywhere.
Absolutely.
You there, we want to be there too. Right.
Absolutely.
That's a good segue too. So speaking of be there too. So we mentioned earlier, you know, I had no intentions. I'm kind of glad Jake is on here now. I'm very optimistic for your squad today. But Brian Scalabrine, the Celtic Greek.
White Mamba.
White Mamba, hold on. I'm going to tell my kids that I won 5 championships. In 3 years, I'm going to tell them I won 10. Oh, yo.
Now, according to NBA Central, Cooper Flagg was allegedly cooking Bradley Beal in a 1-versus-1 per Scalabrine. Says, I heard a rumor that my boy Cooper Flagg was at Jason Tatum's camp and he was busting Brad Beal one-on-one. And Brad Beal got mad at him, started cussing him out. This dude is a major trash talker. So I guess the rumor is that Bill and him were squaring off one-on-one and Brad Beal was taking it lightly. It's a high school kid. Then Cooper started giving it to him. And I guess the rumor is Cooper started talking trash and Bradley Beal got mad, really mad.
Look, I don't know how many things I got to say on this, but I did see this, and the only part of the freaking headline I read was Bradley Beal was cussing him out, and I'm like, bro, if you're in the league, you know what it's like to be trash talked, but you're getting pieced up by this high school kid. Come on, take this as a lesson. Humble up, buddy.
Here's what I'll say is this: the only part of this report that I really don't believe is that he was taking it lightly. I think that's a way of certain people protecting Bradley Beal. Because the truth is, as I've seen, first of all, I've seen other instances with Bradley Beal playing with high school level guys, killing them, talking trash the whole time, telling them that he'll bust their ass, telling them that they got a lot to learn before they get to the league, telling them all this stuff. So he don't hold back. He worked for his and he grinds when he plays anybody. So if Cooper Flagg was giving him the works, he's giving him the works. That just is what it is.
I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, Cooper Flagg was giving him the work, but I could believe that Bradley Beal was probably taking it light tread, and then it got real serious. Yeah. And Cooper was really going in and giving that biz. And now I'm gonna salute Cooper Flagg on this point. We've seen a lot of white boys in the NBA. We've seen a lot of white boys play. We grew up with a lot of white boys playing, and they were nasty. Real talk. Give credit too. But we ain't never heard about no guy, even Christian Laettner playing on the Dream Team. He was just on the Dream Team because he was the best in college. You ain't never heard about Christian Laettner cooking nobody and beating and giving them that work. Simple. We ain't heard that. This man right here in high school giving Brad Beal the work, and he's trash talking, and you see what he's doing here. If he's doing that against NBA level players right now, I'm gonna say right now that he's not Christian Laettner, and I thought he may be.
Just with this little highlight film, I'll tell you right now, because I follow Ohio high school pretty well. I haven't seen anything played like this since I've seen Mr. Ohio basketball, Luke Kennard. This is wild.
And Luke was nice, but the problem, like Luke, he's a lot bigger than Luke. He's longer than Luke, and early on, his step back is crazy, and he actually plays defense.
Let me tell you something.
Luke never did.
He played for BABC, a prime AAU team in Boston. What happened was the main community, from what I heard, got some money to get their own AAU team to keep him in state.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing that I love. It's the ferocity of the play.
I love the responses.
It's everything about
He's a beast, man. Hey, right now he's official. The question that we always going to have about a Cooper Flagg or, it's a Christian Laettner or, a Luke Kennard is can they keep that level of intensity and play up in the league? And I hope that this guy does.
In and out.
The fact that he's a New England representative, and we have 2, I believe, of the top 10 players in the country.
Don't waste it by going to BC though.
No, I don't think he'll. I mean,
he's don't go for that player, and nobody wants to go to BC.
Even if he does, which again, it won't be the greatest decision, but even if he does, it's not gonna matter what this kid does in college. It's gonna matter that what he does against different talent. The only question I really have about him is he's busting ass in Maine a lot of the time. Now, of course, the teams travel, they play other teams, and he kills them too. But Yeah, like on a night-to-night basis, a lot of his plays in Maine, and a lot of that isn't the best talent. But this kid is.
Oh no! He's been cooking. No.
Yeah,
Well,
no, everywhere.
No.
Everywhere.
No.
Everywhere.
The opposition has been getting that work.
Oh, I agree. You could even see it. One of my favorite things was during that video, number 8 on that list. They cut to Chris Paul, and Chris Paul was like, "Yo, he does this every game to everyone." Like,
every game. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Kendall Jackson. You know, I know him as Booby. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man. He always gives analysis on these AAU players and their ceilings, and he see them play all the time. So he definitely gives people an intake on what players really are. I mean, though it may be in his mind, but for the most part, he's spot on these players, man. I think Cooper Flag is going to be one, man. I mean, he's going to get that hype. And he might be the highest paid NIL player ever.
Oh, yeah.
Or he could be the highest paid white man ever to play the game. One of those things is going to happen for him in his career. But I hope overall he gets the ultimate prize, and that's just to be on a parquet floor and doing good things on a nightly basis, even if it's not a domination 25-10 like he's doing right now. It's crazy.
Hey, definitely shout out to his name. That's a great name.
Cooper Flag, yeah. Luka gonna have a little bit to say about white boys getting paid. Do I know that?
Hey, by the way, yeah, that was a plug for my son.
Cooper.
Shout out to Cooper.
Now, if you can get Cooper like that, Jake, you on your way, and I want tickets.
Hey, by the way, Cooper just lost his other tooth. He's looking like a hockey player. Lost both his front
Let's
teeth.
go. Let's go.
Like
hockey player. I love it.
So,
but nah, man, if in my personal opinion, come on, Bradley, do better. I understand this kid's cooking, but like, remember, high school. You're letting yourself get cooked. You just got to take it on the chin, or you freaking play it off.
Look, here's the thing.
You play it off.
Hey, yeah, time out. Here's the thing, though. We once saw Crawford bang on LeBron, and we knew LeBron at one point was a high school player, busting other people's asses. Yeah. So it happens, man.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Everyone's gonna forget about this story in 3 months until he gets to the league and does it again to him.
Yeah. Which he might.
Hopefully, Bradley Bill's still around.
I don't know what grade he's in. I don't know what grade he's in, but he's only got 1 year in college. If he's that good and can get drafted in the top 10,
he's definitely one and out.
Oh yeah, he won't play more than 1 year in college.
Hey, does anyone have his like the ESPN top 100s to see what schools have already offered him something? But I don't know what year he's at, so they might not have it yet.
I mean, I'm sure they're recruiting as heavy as possible right now.
Because you're going to see the Dukes, the UKs, the UNCs looking at him for sure.
Look, the way he's playing, any school worth their weight, like any good school, they're gonna give him an offer.
I will say right now, though, you definitely will see him play for an East Coast team. West Coast don't reach out this far.
So as of yesterday, top prospect at high school, North Carolina, he's going for a visit to Duke as of yesterday.
Hey, let's go!
His first unofficial visit.
What the hell is it? Oh, I don't got my freaking banner. What the heck?
He's currently ranked number 2 in the class of 2025.
Bum ass Dookies.
Will, you watch your mouth. I know Xavier ain't got a chance, but hey, I can hope.
That'd be great.
And hold on. And guess what? If he does make it good in the league, guess who else is going with him?
Who?
His brother, Ace Flag. He has a twin.
That's an even better name.
That's Ace Flag. That's crazy.
Y'all want to know somebody scary that made the offer to him?
Who?
The fucking Longhorns.
Oh, no.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey,
by the way, my
NIL money, baby.
NIL, but also they'll have a nice little reel of watching another similar like size and style player in Kevin Durant play in their jersey. So
right, and that'd be dope too. And he rocked 35.
My stance on East Coast still counts though, because Texas ain't West Coast. That's Central. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, we ball down here too now.
No, Jay.
Tell Jay. Too, baby. So we got 2 more segments left. I hope we can have a lot of fun with these. I know one of them we will, because this dude's delusional. But before we get there, there's a little bit of talk about somebody that normally in social media he gets blasted on, rightfully so sometimes, and that's one Kyrie Irving. So recently, he got upset. Well, he didn't get upset, but he responded to a tweet on his career without LeBron James. So as far as the tweet itself, someone says, pin this tweet and see what happens in the next few years. Kyrie Irving hasn't had much success since leaving LeBron James. So since leaving LeBron, you know what? I got to show this up because we like graphics around here, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. So boom, boom.
Success. It's all about how you determine success too for this conversation.
Right. So here it is. So it says 2018 injured, missed the playoffs with the Celtics.
There's a caveat,
2019 lost to the Bucks in the second round with the Celtics. 2020 injured, missed playoffs with Brooklyn. 2021 injured in second round, lost to the Bucks. 2022 swept in the first round by the Celtics, and then this past season missed the play-in. So it's pretty telling.
It's telling, but there's caveats to every one of these years, and you want to call them excuses, that's fine. That 2018 year, the first year with us, that's the year that supposed to have Gordon Hayward with him, snapped his leg in the first 2 minutes of the first game of the year. And we still went on to win 50 games with rookie Tatum on the team. So he played well, he did his thing. The next year, yes, he did get hurt. And then there's other situations like now. What I will say is this wouldn't even be talked about if not for two things. One, the fact that Braun sexuals is what they be called, but like the Brawnies of the world who can't stop the love for this man. They got tired of hearing
My Little Pony.
They got tired of hearing how much Kyrie played a role in what he did for him winning that ship in Cleveland. They got tired of hearing that. So they're gonna fight back with this. Also, he brought a lot on himself, Kyrie, by doing some of the things he does in terms of the no vaccination and not being there for the team, the keep like wanting to move and change teams, going to the Nets, and then it's supposed to be the super team. They all hype and they don't do a damn thing due to injury and him. I mean, missed games to go to a birthday party, like a lot of wild stuff. So a lot of this he's bringing it on to himself. But look, if you talk about success in terms of winning, some guys are great. Their whole career don't win nothing. He already got a ring. So everything else on him is just him balling. And he was
instrumental in that as well.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie at the end of the day is his own worst enemy. But like Will said, I'll give him excuses if you want to call them. One's kind of bullshit, but the other two are reasonable. Like he said in year one with the Celtics, you can't help what happened to Gordon Hayward. That's tough. Like he said, he still won 52 games. 2020, it was the coronavirus year. Throw it out anyway. And then last year, he was already going on to a team that was kind of trending in the wrong direction in the Mavs. So you can't really, you can say I'm being biased by saying not count last year, but he was already adopted into a bad situational team. But those are just three reasons that I'm giving for 3 out of those 6 years. The other two, injury, and then his own worst enemy.
To think he was going to join the Mavs and turn them into a playoff team when their problem was defense, and he does not play that was a flawed move in general. So
yeah, but those are my 3 excuse reasons or whatever you want to give them. Yeah. It's Kyrie Irving's his own worst enemy, and at the same time, Will with his caveats, I'm with him on him.
We're gonna say LeBron won a championship. We're gonna say he won a championship, and that's cool and all. But what has LeBron done since Kyrie left him?
What happened?
What has LeBron done since Kyrie left him?
He got him a bubble gum ring.
He got
him a COVID ring.
No. That's the thing. No. But yes. He has a Lakers fan. That's a ring. Absolutely. Yeah. But to the world, it's a paper championship. It's a paper ring. It's all this extra stuff. So I'm just trying to mix a match here to try to give a boot to Kyrie because that's my dog. Real talk. I mean, like I said,
Mr. Handles, I love him.
The stupidity of the thing. Some of the things that he did, is his mind going. It's his opinion. He do what he do. But to an athlete's perspective, man, you have to have some mind on the game. And I feel like, he got into a point in his career where it's just like he's natural. Like this is natural to him. Like I don't have to practice. I can just come on the court. I'm gonna give you 20 plus anyway. I'm still the flashiest motherfucker on the court. And now I feel like you'll see this season more of a humbling Kyrie. You'll see more of a hungrier Kyrie. Will the Dallas Mavericks be hungry? I don't know. That's a question that we're going to figure out. But I feel like you're going to get the best Kyrie that we've seen from a mental standpoint and just on the court. I feel.
I think it's building up now, and I think he really got a lot more to prove. And I think he playing with Luka. Yeah, I think him and Luka are going to do some damage this year.
Yeah,
definitely make the playoffs, and hopefully a little run. But it's going to be tough. The West is tough.
Nah, it's definitely going to be tough. I'm not speaking on the record or anything.
Right.
Dallas is one of those teams that last year horrible drop from the year before. But Kyrie as a basketball player, that's one thing I feel like he never does on the court when he's there. He's not going to cheat you. He's out there to go assassinate. He's out there to go kill. You know you can bucket Kyrie for that and that every game.
25 and 6 every time.
You gotta be on.
If Kyrie stays out of Kyrie's way, this could be a real fun season for the Mavs.
I would agree. Coachy, your player, say something.
Go for it, Coach. We've been waiting for you to say it.
Well, I'm glad he came back. Could have walked away and the gamble played off. I think we have a different mindset. Obviously, I love what we did in the draft collectively. We got defensive, we got young, got a good core. Just in case stuff doesn't work out with Luka, and he does want out. Got a young core there that we can kind of mold and do what we need to do. But the other thing I liked about it is I think low key, I think he's motivating Luka. He's got a real superstar next to him. They tried to put KP there. Obviously, that didn't work out. Shame on Carlisle for pitting those two guys against one another.
That was stupid.
But I think this is first real superstar he's had next to him, because this is going to be the first offseason where Luka comes into shape since probably his rookie year. I'm like, these pictures I'm seeing of skinny Luka, he looks like he's ready to go. Instead of coming in like he's been smoking stogies and drinking.
Yeah.
Drinking, saying got going there. Now, these are the years when you want to keep your prime shape and the prime going, because being an international player for so many years before you entered the NBA scene, it's a shorter career for you. So these years, as much as people are like, oh, this is like his fourth, fifth year in the league, whatever the case is, this is actually, in his retrospect, this is like years 8, 9, 10. Because professionally, he's been playing for a grip, not NBA, but he's been playing professional. So definitely gonna be. LeBron is done. No, I don't think LeBron's done. I was just being funny because people will say, "Oh, what Kyrie do since he left LeBron?" But LeBron, if he wasn't a Laker, he wouldn't have won a chip. Lakers. Everybody in the Lakers touch a chip every now and again. So I'm not surprised. So y'all know. You know what I'm saying? We touch one every decade. Just let everybody know. If you want to know how to win championships every decade, watch the Lakers.
keep buying chips. Anyways, got some you yanky ass motherfuckers. I like this question from Miss Marie. Hi, Miss Marie. I don't think it depends on what you mean by done. Like LeBron, we just watched that man at 38 still give you 25, 6, and 6 basically.
He's still putting up buckets.
I think the times of LeBron being able to completely take over a game, like and carry you from the beginning of the playoffs to the end, I think maybe those days are over. Not even entirely. He'll give you a couple games out of a series, but the whole total like full LeBron experience taking over, nah, I think that's over, and it should be. The man's 38 years old.
You get that LeBron experience like once a week, if that.
Yeah, or like I can see like a game 1 and a game 7. He could give it to you if you really need it. But I think they need to surround him. I actually kind of like the team that he has right now. A lot of people, especially around me in Boston, a lot of people like to laugh at their roster. But I think if he can get the best out of D'Angelo Russell, and if we can see Reeves keep climbing, because Reeves balls, man. I like Reeves. If we can see Reeves keep climbing, get a little more out of Vanderbilt, and keep Ant Davis healthy, they can play with most teams in the league in a series.
Then they still got Rui, and he showed out last year. He went out and got a sharpshooter in Cam Reddish. The team's just dangerous.
They got to play Reddish though. That's the problem.
Injuries the last 3 years. If not, then we probably sneak another title in there. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, you got to as well. No, health is wealth.
Hey, dreaming.
No, health is wealth. The Lakers, the Lakers losing to the Suns a couple years back was the start of this whole Suns like uppity up. And I salute the Suns. Yeah. Absolutely. You need a jump shot somewhere. The Lakers were able to give it to y'all. And the guy that was hurt didn't play. Anthony Davis. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Because everybody in the NBA knows if we healthy and LeBron's somewhat healthy and that man AD's healthy, like last year, before we lost to Denver, we some scary motherfuckers, dog. Everybody thought we to the finals, dog. They thought we to the finals last year. We didn't do it.
What's the bigger if, though? What's the bigger if in health? Like Ant Davis or Porzingis? Like, they both always hurt, man.
I think it's Anthony Davis still. I think, honestly, Porzingis of years, like, Porzingis got hurt, and I feel, because they wanted him in New York to be the man. They even wanted him to be the number one. When he went to Dallas, he was the number two. He wasn't comfortable in that number two. But like you said earlier, Will, and I agree with you to the tick, you don't have to be like you was on the Knicks or even react like you was in Dallas. You're on a team now that's hopefully – they have to shake their culture around the Celtics do a bit, but you're around guys for the most part that's going to respect your game. Mm-hmm. You're in a system where it's going to fit perfectly.
And they're also tired of failing and will look forward to the help.
Rui's the GOAT. Definitely, man. We're going to see how they do this season, man. But I left a lot of LeBron talk, man. We kind of limited our LeBron talk. But Marie, she wanted LeBron talk tonight, so we gave it to her, man.
Yes, we did.
For keeping Coach on these shows, man, consistently, every week. Appreciate you.
Are you not entertained? What if they just get started failing, then that's rough too. We'll see some. Look, if they just get started failing, they ain't all gonna be here real soon. Real soon they're gonna start moving guys.
Fantasy
time. Yeah, fantasy. That song intro is too long to get to what we wanted though. But we all know what it is. By the time we would have got to what you wanted, man, we'd have got flagged. Cooper flag.
Sandmanders. So, speaking of flag, if I had a flag to throw on the basketball court on this one, I would. As much as I can't stand this guy, I still think he's better than this guy that says he's better than. So the truth, Paul Pierce says that he is a better player, had a better career than Dwayne Wade, aka the Flash.
Get the fuck out.
Take on that.
We're still doing it. We're still doing this.
Better get the fuck out for me.
Look. Paul Pierce is definitely unanimously underrated, but he overrates himself. Like Dwayne Wade was unbelievable, and he played both ends of the court at an elite level. A man was like leading his team in blocks at one point as a shooting guard, 6'4". Like this dude is next level. And Paul Pierce has never had, I don't think, any moment in his life with a takeover the way Wade did in 06. So in that finals, Wade went crazy. And if I have to hear some Shaq noise, I'm signing off because Shaq didn't do damn near anything in that finals.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
What? You hate no big cactus, man?
I love. He wasn't even Shaq yet. He wasn't even the big cactus yet because he had.
Come on, man. Shaq was still doing his thing.
That Shaq played well, but Shaq was. It was about Wade.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real. They had average Shaq, but Shaq averaged 13.8 points a game, 10.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists in 6 games in the 2006 NBA Finals. But I'm not even going to get into that. And people call me Paul Pierce crazy and all that, but I don't call him crazy in this instance. You know why? Because Paul, and people do this, when you're, and I just say this like every team has a player, has a star player. Now that star player may not be eclipsed to the next to say a Toronto Raptors star player may not be equipped to a LA Laker player or a Boston Celtic player or we'll say a New York Knicks player or whatever the case is. Market in the sense of that. But Paul was busting a lot of ass. Busting a lot of ass. And he's bust Dwayne Wade's ass. He's bust LeBron James's ass on multiple occasions. He's bust Kobe's ass. He's bust a lot of ass. Now, if he wants to claim that he was better, then I'm not mad at Paul for that. because he went to war a whole bunch of times with Dwayne Wade and them, and he probably got left at the end of the day like, damn, you got these other guys next to you. You look a little better with these guys next to you. And now Shaq was a prime 13-point game guy in that finals, but you got to realize he had the finals experience of Shaq on that team.
Yeah.
A guy like Alonzo Mourning, a guy like Gary Payton. Those guys seem old on paper, but those guys kind of lied in the game of the light. You know, guys. You know how the old guys are when young guys, even when young guys are young. You seen Kobe go when he was young. All the OGs didn't want Kobe to get that light. But eventually you have to respect them. And Dwayne Wade in that Heat culture got that respect because that's what the Heat does. The Heat gives everybody a fair chance. And you see that guy, they make you that guy. You see Jimmy Butler going through it right now, man. So I'm not mad at Paul for the statement he made.
What I will say is this, Paul, I get what you're saying. One-on-one, yeah, like going head-to-head with these guys, he's giving them all work. They've given him work. It's been a two-way street. So I understand why he feels like he is. And to his credit, he put out a tweet later on saying that he was talking from a standpoint of he could play with any of these guys. But he said in terms of career, he understands that Wade had the better.
I said Paul Pierce has every right to say that he better than that player. No bull. Because Dwayne Wade was never the best player in the game. He had good years, but Paul Pierce was the best player. No, Paul Pierce was the best player in the game. But when it comes to everybody in the middle, they all gonna fight and argue all day on who was better. That's just the way the game is. So I'm mad at Paul for him.
So let's check this out real fast. So, can y'all hear this?
Paul Pierce better than Dwayne
Put
Wade.
Shaq on my team. Put LeBron and Bosh with me. I'm not gonna win one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You got your shit on.
You put me, LeBron, and LeBron and Bosh. We not gonna win one.
Yeah.
We not gonna win a couple.
Yeah.
So I'm saying
That's
though.
true. That's true.
So I'm saying though, like who's the better 3-point shooter?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is he a better scorer? Is he a better scorer? Okay, he averaged more points than me career. I can shoot the three.
He's a better slasher.
I can post up. I can get to the line. Who a better scorer?
See, you know what it is, and I'm totally.
Yeah, it's just he was fancier.
Yeah,
it was just he was fancier.
saying.
What I'm going to say
Let's
is
break it down.
no. Well, I'm about to give you props, but
serious.
what happened is this.
This is a good topic.
100% good topic because
Wade was better two-way though.
what happened is that Dwayne Wade is flashy. He slashes everything. And what I seen was Doc Rivers say something about you one time, and it was like preseason when y'all practice and do other things. He's like, these young boys come in there and think Paul is slow, think he can't jump, think he's not athletic, and his skill set is so amazing, that he kills them before the season even starts, and they think they're going to come in there and do that. So Dwayne Wade looks more fancy, he dunks, he jumps around, but you have a great skill set. And I'll give you that. And what you made was great points. If you had Shaq for a year, you may win a championship. If you got Bosh and LeBron, definitely gonna win a championship.
Like, come on.
Right. So,
come on now.
Whatever. Mason, you was gonna say something, Murder?
Yeah,
I don't want this to be a knock versus Wade.
No,
Wade
it's not. It's not a knock
But I was
versus
just saying, like, I think
we in the
that
barbershop.
we
for a long
gotta
time, my skills went unappreciated because I didn't get to play with a lot of great players.
Yeah.
And then I got to play with KG and Ray past their prime. Okay, if 4 years earlier you put me, Ray, and KG together, you think we ain't walking away with 3 chips?
Right.
That's real.
I'll give him that last point.
Bullshit.
No,
bullshit.
Prime.
That might have been the worst.
Hold on. Let Jay go first.
How is he going to start his argument off with "Give me Shaq, give me this"? You didn't win your first championship until you got KG and Allen.
Well,
you can't start your argument off with that.
But that's exactly his point, though. His point is once he got guys on that,
his
that
point
caliber,
can't be the point that won Wade a championship because that's exactly what he did. He wasn't even the best player on that team. KG was.
He's saying that the minute he got with guys of that caliber, he won one right away.
Yeah, but the
That's
Heat won more, and it didn't have anything to do with the prime.
Yeah,
they did 1 year. They showed
no,
after that.
It absolutely has something to do with prime.
Shaq.
Yeah, that's the Shaq one is the one that is the most important to this conversation because the Miami Heat with Braun and Bosh, that's Paul Pierce is making the correct point. They're in their prime, and that to say it doesn't matter is crazy because the minute that they weren't in their prime anymore, they blew that team the fuck up because they had to. There's a reason they blew that team up.
The moment that they thought they knew Chris Paul had blood clots, it was over. Because other than that, they was going to ride that shit.
And Wade was no longer good anymore.
But what I say about why this is the worst take of it all, because I hate, like me personally, you say you're better than a player, cool. But don't say if this person had this person or this person. Just keep it a buck. We still want us two. And that's what I don't like about Paul situation because you got KG, you got Ray, you had a line where you could have won. Stuff just didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen. KG gets hurt, then you get Kendrick hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna add Kendrick Perkins because he was really an important piece to that 2015 that lost to the Lakers. Like you had your chance, Paul. It just didn't happen. The basketball gods didn't give that to you that way. You can't be mad at Wade. You can't be mad at Wade having Chris Bosh and LeBron. You got your friends. He went through his friends.
But he didn't get them in his prime the way Wade.
What's the problem? What's the problem? KG was coming off an all-NBA year.
Yeah, KG was in the front for the 3.
And they won. And they won that year, and then following, they started to age, and KG got hurt the next year.
No. What happened was KG. No. We're gonna start right now because the only reason why they aged is because he got hurt. If KG didn't get hurt, KG was still gonna have prime years. We're not gonna act like that. KG got hurt.
He did get hurt.
Which he got hurt to a point where he wasn't viable anymore. He wasn't viable no more. Like his knees were done. He got hurt in that situation. As much as they try to bring him back, KG came back because he wanted another championship.
Yeah.
I just feel like no ball. Like Paul,
I agree.
I agree with Paul in regards to him saying he's better than Wade. But I can't agree with that because at the same time you had your opportunity to get plays. Plays in the league don't even get opportunities to get that. Which is why you see people like Dame Lillard trying to go to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah. Come on. I didn't get carried enough. Yeah, it's hilarious. No, I agree with all that.
Well, dang, dude. This popped the comment. This conversation popped the comments off. Lewis is going wild.
Yeah, Lewis has a lot to say about Celtics people. It's funny.
No, I think my whole thing is that my whole thing about the thing that got me the most is the fact that where he led off with that conversation, where he was talking about him being better than D-Wade when he wasn't even the best player on his championship team. And don't get me wrong, I don't like KG. I'm not a big Kevin Garnett fan at all. But he was the best player on that Celtics team, but yet he wants to talk about championship teams. You weren't even the best. He might have been out of his prime at that
I'm be real. Paul wasn't the best overall player in that season, but when it counted in the finals,
Clutch.
Paul Pierce was busting ass.
Paul
was busting. Hey, the same way we're gonna talk about D-Wade in the 2006 finals, when we didn't think it was gonna be him to do it, he did it. Paul Pierce has a valid point. What he's saying, the only thing I don't agree with was the whole, this person on my team, this person on your team. Nah, man. Nah. KG and it wasn't as fabricated in LeBron's era. So LeBron got the one board.
This right here. This was funny as shit. Lewis is right. This is funny. Yo, when he went on his farewell tour, nobody gave a shit. It was funny as hell. And that's part of why he's bitter, honestly. And I know it's circumstantial and stuff like that. They showed all like some of the old, like some of his peers, their best, like not like their seasons in their final season. And it was like they all put up, decent numbers. They showed their final games. They all put up like decent games. We all know Kobe took 1 million shots, but he scored 60 in his final game. Man, Paul Pierce didn't do a thing in his final game. He didn't even play, I don't think. He had like 0.0 everything. It was bad, man.
By the way, on Paul Pierce's farewell tour and D-Wade's farewell tour, everyone wanted the D-Wade jersey and no one wanted the Paul Pierce jersey.
Yeah. We get that, yeah. Like, but see, that's part of his point, though, is that he doesn't get enough love.
Yeah, he
cry about it, motherfucker. Damn.
Not a lot of people end up in the Wayne Wade situation where you leave your team that you got drafted to, go to 2 other teams, and then you end up back with the team that drafted you. A lot of situations happen in order for Dwayne Wade to get that farewell. Because I don't think Dwayne Wade would have even mentioned or wanted to do a farewell if he was anywhere else. It would have been simply Dwayne Wade's playing basketball and he's gone. But the fact that he was in Miami for his last year made it all special in my mind. But I feel like Paul, again,
he wasn't going to get that.
The finals, the same way Paul was in the finals. The same way everything happened. These 2 guys were guys that weren't the best in the league, but they was in that middle in the mud where everybody want to be better than the LeBrons, want to be better than Duncans, Kobe's. They want to be better than them.
Hey, Coach, you want to look up something right quick while we keep going? I want to see their final. I want to see Paul Pierce's finals numbers versus
I'll see his
Wade's
finals numbers. I got you. Hold on.
I think that just not that it matters. I just think it's fascinating.
Right. Hold on. Paul Pierce finals numbers. Hold on. Man, come on. Man.
I could have looked my own information up, but I guess I'm lazy.
No, it's all good. You good, man. Sometimes. Damn, I'm trying to. Oh, hold on. Average in the NBA finals. Paul Pierce averaged. We'll say he averaged 20 points a game, 19.8, 4.9 rebounds, and 4.5 assists in 13 games in the NBA finals over the course of his career.
Real quick too. While he brought up his 3-point shooting. What was his 3-point percentage too? Throw those in there.
I mean, even he's a better 3-point shooter than Wade. It's not close.
Yeah, not close. Paul's absolutely right. Oh, Dwayne Wade. Hold on, let me see if we can get this on.
I probably Wade finals is probably like 23, 24.
Wade plays finals career. See, I'm trying to find out. Oh shit, they're not giving me the final. They're giving me year by year. Hold on a second. Final stats. Okay.
I can't tell.
Dwayne Wade's numbers is definitely astonishing over there on Paul's. Not really crazy, but 5 points is definitely a large spring. 23.9 points a game.
Called it. Yep.
5.7 rebounds. 4.3 assists in 29 games in the NBA Finals in his career. So that's
just making sure, Lewis. I never know what you lose. But yeah, definitely. But yeah, and also those are just raw like offensive numbers. The truth is defensively, like Paul Pierce played solid defense on guys like LeBron and them, but he also had KG behind him. Like Wade was a good defender before he ever had anybody good.
Wayne Wade was like if Paul Pierce was in the 90s game, Paul Pierce would be loved. The difference is Dwayne Wade, what he brought to the table in terms of the flashiness and things like that, they call flash. That's what the NBA appeals to. You know, the 3-point shot, the flair, the dunking on people. I'm just taking a few quotes from my man Marcellus Wiley earlier. He was disrespecting the WNBA. But, you know, making true statements, and I sent it to you guys in the chat. I hope you guys listened to it. It was funny and shit. I like how public.
Yeah, it's an even harder take if you know Lewis, because Lewis has made this point. He's softening it up for live, which he tries to come at me for doing, but he really getting soft here because he said outright that PG is better than Paul Pierce. Easily.
Paul George better than Paul Pierce. I mean, yeah, you can have a debate about that, but then it goes into the thing, man. Hey, PG on the crutch is still better than Paul Pierce.
Play out Paul, baby.
Yeah, that playoff Paul thing is kind of an issue.
Some good playoffs. I'm gonna be real with you. That's some good playoffs. Series definitely. I wish a guy like Paul George could make the finals. I don't wish a team like the Clippers could make the finals, but I wish Paul George could make the finals. So Paul George, please move somewhere else.
I have to agree with this statement just because he kind of basically did it alone. Like he didn't have a KG or Ray Allen there, and he
had Lance Stevenson.
He banged on
Lance Stevenson, baby.
Go look at Lance's numbers, man.
Yeah, Danny Granger.
He still had Rondo though.
David West.
Didn't he?
Who?
Didn't Pierce still have Rondo?
Oh, Pitt. Oh, we didn't admit that 2010 team. Rondo was the best player on the team.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Comes from Kentucky of all places.
Yeah. Paul overall, Paul in his whole career just always wanted some respect. Now we're dealing with Paul Pierce, the off career, and who would have thought that Paul Pierce's career would be like this? I believe.
And sour.
Who would have thought? Like no bullshit.
He got the old bitter old man situation.
We would have thought he would act like this after Maine Men and him and got into the altercation at the club. But we're seeing this all now. We're seeing the later effects of it now.
He's under the Antonio Brown effect, honestly.
That's what happens that's what happens when you drink too much Henny and you're not balling no more, and all you really got is talking.
Right.
Other guys moving to other spaces. They podcasting, they broadcasting, they doing all these different things. I mean, Paul Pierce tried it, but they taking pictures.
It seems like he don't be in the mood to do it. Like he just wants to smoke a blunt, chill, and all that. Like he deserves. I mean, he deserves that frequently. He had a hard NBA career.
This is outrageous. Moving forward. Anyways, shout outs, fellas.
Ask Benzino on the crew that. We don't know.
Yeah.
I'll start them out. Well, return of the Jake for season 4 is finally here.
I mean, shout out himself.
Sorry. I didn't mean to steal that from you, Uncle. I'm the one that shouted that out first. But no, great being back. Thanks for having me on the basketball show. Again, as I said, this was a surprise for Tuquan to have me here on the basketball show. I just wanted him to pop in. What the heck is Jake doing here? And it happened. Shout out to the crowd, the audience. You guys were popping it off early. I was getting questions asked I didn't know the answers to, like normal. But other than that, this was a really fun show. I miss being here with you three. So thanks for having me.
Shout out to you, Jake, coming through, man, on the first night of NBA, man. I know circumstances, conflict you from being here, man, but we appreciate you always when you do come here. Shout out to you, Will, man. You the man, dog. Fuck the Celtics, but, I love you so much. Coach, man, shout out to you, man. Dallas Mavericks out there, man. I wish when I got to Dallas this season, man, I wish there was a game, maybe a preseason game. I don't know, but it'll be great to see, man. But overall, the basketball show, I'm going to be real. One of the least watched shows, and one of my goals this season is to make nothing but basketball on the same echelon, same level as the other shows we do. So,
and we're gonna make it happen.
We got the lights being on, and everybody support through the comment thread. Shout out to everybody that commented tonight, watched, took a peek, liked, shared. You know what I'm saying? It's free. You know what I'm saying? Until it's not. So ride on the wave right now.
To answer Lewis right quick, it was Benzino's people, who was the father of your girlfriend / favorite rapper, Coy Leray. So yeah, that's who. Yeah. I told you this already. Anyways, man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to you fellas, man, for bringing it as well. Shout out to Jake for showing up, even though he already shouted himself. You nut. Shout out to you too. We're gonna make this basketball show pop for real.
We're gonna make this basketball show pop for real as well.
The chat was live tonight. It was scattered. I think Chris was holding it down early, but with a late run to hold up the back end of the show, I think the MVP got to be Lewis, man.
Hold on. We can't say that without saying this, man, because he's here. And he could be anywhere else because it's his fucking birthday today. Happy birthday to my guy Lewis, man. And Will, you see surprise. I didn't even see it from you. The reason why I knew it was his birthday was because of the man that he's been bugging at in the chat for the last 3 months, Eddie Maxwell. So shout out to Eddie Maxwell for letting me know it was Lewis's birthday today. And happy fucking birthday to you, man. Salute to you, man.
I'm actually gonna catch
Mexico soon, baby. I'm coming. Building the wall.
I'm gonna catch some real heat. I'm gonna catch some real heat because I definitely should have known that it was his birthday today. I am terrible with birthdays. Lewis is gonna beat me up later. But yeah, happy birthday.
Shit, I was on a show and didn't even get told happy birthday from Will. Trust me, I know the feeling.
Yeah. I remember my brain can store like 4 whole birthdays, and like it's my mother and my cousins, and that's it.
And your own.
Got an 8-bit memory.
Yeah.
Hey, your birthday February 12th now to 16th. Oh, I was close.
When it come to birthdays, that's all I got. Like just like a handful of birthdays.
I want Eddie on the show, man. I want to get Eddie for a couple clips on the show. Definitely a great guy to talk sports with, man. He doesn't
definitely on the tap out because he loves boxing so much. We gotta bring him on for that. Lewis,
I said I got ways to make you great, man. I'm gonna holler at him about that, actually, man. So
Will mentioned the comments section. I bet he missed seeing 2 different Jakes on that thing, though. The YouTube Jake, Facebook Jake.
No, yeah, I mentioned that. I mentioned Jake in here as 2 different people cheating.
That's why I said I bet you missed it because you didn't have to follow 2 different ones.
Yeah. But anyways, man, shout out to you fellas, man, and let's get it, man. It's season 4, man.
Shout out to you fellas, man. Tonight's been fun. Great way to end our week from a podcasting standpoint. Great first week, man. We got a lot of more shows that we're in the final stages of planning them out. So be tuned, hang in there with us. But shout out to Dale, Chris, Tina, Lil Dice 504, Nate, Marie, Bush _18, and Lewis. We appreciate you hanging out with us. If I forgot anybody, my apologies on that. But definitely love y'all hanging out with your boys tonight. Man, I guess that's it, huh? A lot of fun. Things to do.
Nah. It's not it, fellas. It's not it, fellas.
I agree.
I'm gonna. Yesterday, somebody said, man, something about like a chop up after dark.
Oh, we might do that.
I'm gonna have to start doing it. Chop up after dark, man. Especially when days I can't sleep and can't go to sleep right at night. You know, I have to.
I'll let your boy.
Man. So yeah, man, it don't have to be it. It might just have to take somebody and go in the DMs and tell me to go on. But in all, man, appreciate the fellas. Nah.
Also, with that being said, this ain't the last show of the week. Me and Jake and Wu-Tang Tran will see you for a tap out show later this week.
Yes, sir.
Tap out, man. We're gonna have analysis of the Spence Crawford fight, analysis from the past UFC from last week. Got some other moves in there, UFC, man. Conor McGregor is looking for a match. He's looking for some more money. It's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff going on. Those guys got the recipe for success. So I am gonna try to add my ingredients to it, make it nasty as hell. But you know what I'm saying? I'll be in the comment thread, man, you know, along with everybody else, I hope. And hopefully we have a great show Friday night, which we will.
Ain't no hope we gonna do it, but we be back real soon. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the podcasting network, wherever you get podcasts.